how much should you spend on Facebook advertising? This is a big question that we get asked a lot. And I think the reason why is because there isn't always a clear-cut answer. You hear about how it's different for every business and industry, etc. But today I'm going to give you a different way to think about your Facebook ad spend and a formula that any business can use to calculate exactly how much you should spend on Facebook advertising. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brandy with LYFE Marketing, the digital marketing agency with a mission to help small businesses grow. Before we get into today's video, please go ahead and like this video for me, subscribe to the channel if you want to grow your business, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our weekly videos. All right, so how much should you spend on Facebook advertising? The answer to this question will be different if you are a newer business and have not significantly marketed on any channel yet, versus if you have marketed on other channels successfully, but you're just new to Facebook ads. So I'm going to show you how to approach your Facebook budget in both scenarios. Let's start with the first one. The formulas we often hear around how much you should allocate to advertising are usually directly tied to our CAC, or customer acquisition cost. But what if you don't have many or any customers yet? How can you allocate a marketing budget based off of data that you don't have? For this reason, newer businesses may not only find it difficult to know how much to allocate towards Facebook ads, but also are usually working on a smaller budget to begin with. And that doesn't help cushion the blow of what I'm about to say next, but in these cases, the majority of your initial Facebook advertising investment is going to result in brand awareness and audience building before sales. In Sherman's Facebook ad cost video, he said that you need to be ready to not make money back on your initial Facebook ad investment. And that's a reality I think many business owners don't want to hear. But before you tap out totally deflated, here's the flip side of that reality. In your initial period investing in Facebook ads, you are laying a solid foundation for a profitable, sustainable outcome later. All of the Facebook results you've seen me share on this channel, where we're getting hundreds of thousands in revenue from Facebook ads for our clients, started by using an initial period to test and figure out who and where their most profitable audience is on Facebook. And we give all of our new clients in this situation the same budget recommendation that I'm about to share with you. So are you ready? This is how much our agency recommends you spend on Facebook advertising if you're totally new to it and don't have any customer data. $600 a month for 6 months straight at a minimum. A minimum. If you can do more, do more. It'd be better if you could spend closer to $5,000 to $7,000 over 6 months, but we just try to be mindful and realistic with new business budgets. So that's the minimum just to start acquiring some Facebook specific data. Don't hear me say $600 a month for 6 months and go running thinking that's all you got to spend on Facebook to make millions. You have to note the amount of time, testing, and budget that went into those campaigns I showed earlier. So having said that, here are 3 huge things allocating a budget for initial Facebook advertising will do for you. Number 1, it will show you how much of your audience is on Facebook and what ad verbiage, content, and creatives resonate with them best, which will be helpful to know as you go on to hone in your Facebook ads and explore other marketing channels down the road. Number 2, it will show you which specific demographics, interests, or behaviors within your target audience are most likely to convert, thus maximizing your profit at minimal cost, and again, helpful to know in general as an entrepreneur growing your business. And number 3, it will start the traffic flow of fueling your advertising funnel. You can't start getting conversions at the bottom of the funnel if nobody is in your funnel to begin with. So you want to use what we call the testing period effectively. And before we move on, I want to list out a couple things to take note of, but before I do, here's a quick message from Sherman.
Hey, we just helped a small business make over $1.5 million through Facebook advertising. And after managing millions of dollars in ad spend for thousands of different small businesses, we have decided to give away everything we learned to you in a special program. If you want to learn the blueprint to success, the best practices from some of the fastest growing companies in the world, and all of the different tools you will need, then sign up for our social ads training program today.
All right, some things to know as you start your Facebook ad testing period. The lower the price of your product or service, the faster this testing process will go, usually because there are less objections to overcome on the buyer side. You always want to build brand consumer trust, but usually consumers don't need to build as much trust with a company selling a $10 scarf compared to a company selling a $1,500 piece of furniture or a monthly service. This is why a lot of low-risk e-commerce businesses can start seeing sales quicker. The caveat to this is if you have lower prices, it's going to take more sales to cover your expenses and make a profit. In general, we usually see businesses with higher priced products and services come out a little bit more profitable in the long run. It just takes them a little longer to start seeing initial conversions. So if you're a new business, new to Facebook ads, and have no customer data, put $600 a month towards it for 6 months straight at a, say it with me, minimum. Allocate more if you can. Now let's talk about how much you should spend on Facebook ads if you're a business that already has some customer data but are just new to Facebook. And even if you fell into category 1, keep watching because a lot of what I'm about to talk about is going to apply to you once you start gathering customer data. If you have existing customer lists of 1,000 people or more, you can upload them into Facebook to A, retarget them, and B, create lookalike audiences out of them. I cover what those audiences are and how to set them up in my Facebook ads targeting video, so I'll link that in the description if you need to watch that next. But in a nutshell, these audiences produce conversions at a lower cost because the retargeting audience is a warm audience and the lookalike audience is a group of new people who look like your existing customer base. So if you've been successful on other marketing channels or if you've already generated some purchases, you can put all of that to use on Facebook to start out ahead of the game. You'll still want to A/B split test different ads and audiences to a degree to fine tune what ad combination is going to produce the most results at the lowest cost on Facebook. But you'll be leaps and bounds ahead than if you were just starting from scratch. You'll just want to optimize your ads and ad sets and turn off the ones that are not generating profitable results and reallocate your budget to the ones that are. Morgan has a whole video on Facebook ad optimization, so I'll link that in the description as well. But once you've got a pretty good rhythm going on Facebook, you've done some initial A/B split testing, and you're seeing some steady conversions coming in, you can transition your testing budget to a formula-based budget. In Sean's marketing budget video, he shared that your marketing budget equals CAC times customers. And even though he was talking about your marketing budget as a whole, we can follow a similar model with your Facebook ads. So here it is, your Facebook budget equals your cost to acquire a customer on Facebook times the amount of customers you want from Facebook. So for example, if you know it takes $30 to produce a sale from your Facebook ads, then multiply that by the amount of customers you want, which let's say is 100. Then you need $3,000 to see 100 new customers from Facebook. Or you need to lower your cost per result in Ads Manager. And I share 7 ways to do this in my How to Lower Instagram Ad Cost video, all of which can be applied here to Facebook too. So I'll link that so you can give that a watch. And looking back at the funnel, you want to keep fueling that funnel, right? So within your Facebook ad budget, you can generally distribute your budget 25% towards audience building, 60% towards offer promotion, and 15% towards retargeting. Overall, you just want to get to a point where this is a well-oiled machine and that the budget you are allocating towards Facebook ads is a number pulled directly from how well Facebook ads are serving you and producing sales for you. So what questions do you have? I know budgeting can be a tricky thing, especially when real-life ads fluctuate over time. The cost per result doesn't always stay the same. So leave any questions you have for me in the comments and I will get back to you there. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on your way out, and I'll see you in the next video.